We went to an anti-vax Burning Man. Sounds very interesting. Sounds actually half good.
Thank you for this day. Thank you for this day. Oh yeah. Thank you for... Every time I tell people, I'm going to teach you telekinesis, I get a little scared. Like, woo, let's connect with our intention.
It instantly becomes very apparent that a lot of drugs are involved. I also wonder why all these white people are in Mexico. It's mostly only white people that are this weird, right? With like drugs and esoteric stuff. Yeah, I think there's a lot of drugs involved here.
Why do we want to bend the spoon? I'll tell you why I want to bend
Looks
the
like
spoon.
a reality show, huh?
Because I believe that I am connecting with the quantum field and discovering my abilities to affect matter through consciousness. Oh, spoon, I love your love. I love your love. I love your love. Oh, spoon, love your love.
You already saw that she was the one that looked at everybody a bit weird. She's the journalist. She's the journalist. Okay.
I love your love. I love your love.
This is Anarchapulco, a week-long festival with workshops, happy hours, spirit cleansing, and about 400 libertarians who aren't about to get vaccinated.
This was the reason that Biden...
Like, these fuckers would smoke anything growing on a fucking tree. But a vaccine against the virus, that's too much, man. Like, oh, my body is such a temple, man. I can't put a vaccine in it, but drugs and licking frogs, no fucking problem, man. I'm gonna eat some dirt, no problem. But the vaccine? Well, so hypocritical, dude. Thank you, Muro.
in a press conference back in July of last year, named me as one of the most dangerous people on the planet. I want you to see what happens after you take the vaccine. This is an autopsy of a human brain. This is what people are dying from. These are the clots that are forming.
There's no evidence this is true.
Yeah, there's zero evidence, man. Fucking bullshit. And if it happens to 1 in a million, dude. Item after this, okay.
COVID-19 vaccines are safe and effective. But being against these vaccines and the mandates is bringing together conspiracy theories from the left and right.
9/11 is a staged, false flag psychological operation against the American people and the people of the world. Those buildings were brought down in controlled demolitions. That's what I proved
They found
yesterday,
Tommy
but
K
you didn't
content
get
that
to see
brain.
that.
You should have made the joke wow content. That was not a good joke. Yeah, one more and we're done here.
For $1,250 a pop, festival goers can spend the week learning how to make their vacation location permanent. There are even travel agents to help.
Everything we've done has been rescue operations, to be brutally honest. It's been getting people out of their tyrannical states and governments and countries, getting them to places like Mexico.
Oh, we have an alien too?
They're coming here to live in freedom forever.
The unvaccinated are moving to Mexico because they're allowed in without proof of vaccination or a negative COVID test. Plus, you can live here for up to 4 years as long as you have $43,000 in the bank.
Money does...
It's funny how every time we watch these documentaries and it's about some weird thing, there's always money behind. The TikTokers yesterday, all that shit, it's always, if you really look at it, it's all about money. There has been a little thing about the German anti-vax scene, right? And the organizer of the German anti-vax events. And that guy is just trying to make money, man. He's connected to the bus drivers, the taxi drivers, the merch shop. They're just trying to sell shit to these idiots, man. A lot of weird things on this planet just come down to someone intelligent is trying to scam a bunch of idiots.
Equal power in a lot
Always
of
money
situations.
involved.
This would be one of them.
Currently, I run a company in Canada with about 250 cryptocurrency ATMs.
Crypto entrepreneur. I feel like everyone is a fucking crypto entrepreneur now. But then if you follow them a bit, they actually live in a fucking shack.
From Vancouver to Toronto.
So why would you leave?
Because why would I stay?
But if you get the vaccine, then you can do normal stuff. It's not that bad. Oh, okay.
So go ahead and get the vaccine.
I did.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Was it Pfizer?
I got Pfizer.
I got the Pfizer, Moderna. I got the vaccine.
Yeah, there's drugs involved. Yeah.
Yes. I had a download about that during my meditation.
The crystalline goddess.
So I'm vaccinated, right? And according to Dr. Guitar, I'm gonna die soon. So what can you do for me?
Okay, I can't do anything for you, but what we can do together, we basically vibrate. Vibration is like when you have a very high vibration, anything that doesn't suit you because we are high conscious beings.
I don't know if I'm weird, but sometimes you meet people in life and the way they look at you and the way they talk to you, you know that something is weird. Like the way she intensely looks at her and gets really close. You see? That already shows you something, you know?
You have to accept it. You basically have to want it. You basically say, yes, I now do that. We are alchemists.
So this place is a maze, and it's taken me a few days to figure out where anything is.
I mean, the place is fucking beautiful, man.
Anarchy festival.
They probably have a lot of wild sex massages.
You get t-shirts. There's stuff about crypto.
Ask me how I'm making my first million. Free your family. Aren't you guys all about free life and stuff? But now it's about crypto entrepreneurs and how to make money?
Oh, yeah, NFTs, NFT art show. Yeah, it's like a crypto tent, actually, now that I think about it. There is an open bar that starts at 3 every day. So there's a raccoon cage, and I have no idea what this is about. But we're gonna
they
go
shouldn't be
take a look.
caged. Well, the poor
What
raccoons.
are you doing? Are you someone's pet?
Crypto looks for investors everywhere. Well, you have to look for a bunch of idiots. So they invest into your crypto bullshit, right?
So there's a guy right now who's explaining what the connection is between beekeeping and anarchism, which frankly I'm not quite clear on, but yeah, people seem to be following.
Thank you, Stanis, my bro.
Is big on networking, so a lot of people here
Look at
aren't
the food,
even
man.
going
This
to the
place looks
talks. They're
amazing.
just like sitting here, meeting as many people as possible. It's hard to calculate how many people have escaped to Mexico, but we found Telegram groups where thousands claim to have made the jump because of COVID restrictions. Corey Edlinger, a Starbucks manager turned crypto trader from Ontario, is in several of these groups. In October 20...
I sometimes think in life, because I was part of this, there's men lying about their jobs to feel more special. It's like you have a kind of shitty job, like, I don't know, you have some basic job, and then you go to a party, right, and people are like, oh, hi, man, and what are you doing? And you're like, I'm Felix, and I'm a plumber. No, you're like, my name is Felix, and I'm a crypto trader. Even though you don't do shit, maybe you made $10 from crypto, but you say it to feel more special, man. And I feel like there's an epidemic of men out there that make up their own fucking weird jobs to feel more special about them, dude.
2021,
Everybody's a
he moved
fucking
to Mexico
crypto
with
trader,
his
man.
girlfriend Claire, a professional ballerina. That was just before Canada started enforcing a law that says unvaccinated
this is a very
people
tough video, man.
can't board flights in commercial
Man,
airports.
it's cool.
Why did you
Little
decide
vacation.
to move to Canada?
We started to disagree with the way the country was heading.
I absolutely refuse to wear a mask while I'm training at that high level. It's absolutely toxic.
Where do you think this is all going? Like, what's the global threat?
One world government. That's on the World Economic Forum's website. They tell you everything. Like, what do you think it means when they say you'll own nothing and you'll be happy?
What do you think it means?
I think it means what Karl Marx wrote about. The abolition of private property.
How does that make you feel?
I don't want any part of it. So if you disagree with the way something is, how do you fix that? You need to try to create what it is.
I always wonder if these old school communists like Lenin, Marx, and even up to Stalin, if they would see what nowadays communists are, man, they will just be, oh my fucking god. This who represents us nowadays?
What you want.
We could have a really great world if we all, didn't just like follow along like somebody
They all
else.
have crazy eyes, right? There is some kind of trauma or drugs or something is in these souls that they are so fucking weird, and you see it in their eyes, man.
This like I'm a lemming and gonna fall off the cliff, but it's their fault because I
Something's
followed
going
them.
on there, man.
That's giving your power away.
New arrivals face practical hurdles. Some work remotely, but tons are living off savings or trying to start crypto and wellness businesses. And others are even trying to live completely free from government services.
In my opinion, we have to start with decentralization at the very bottom level, with your water, food, electricity, energy, all that stuff.
Off the grid autonomy consultant. Habibi.
And then we can go up to the higher stuff. Garbage, you can jam pack it into like an aluminum can or into a bottle, and now you have dense mass for construction. You are not relying on the state's extortion crime racket for waste management.
And festival goers can forget about the tyranny of trash collection when the sun goes down.
Dude, most of them are just there to have some mad fucking fun, bro. There's a dude, man. There's like Kevin from Montana, and he's like, yeah, crypto, yeah, freedom, no mask. I'm just here to get laid.
It feels like like an anti-vax
I mean, who
Burning
doesn't want to?
Man.
Hey, oh, who doesn't want to
And
be
like
there?
Burning
Huh?
Man, a lot of people are gathering
shit.
at the fringes.
We are blind.
Fucking retards.
In the life, we are blind.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Some of those organizing outside the festival grounds are intellectual purists. They distrust not just government, but also corporations.
How to opt out of the technocratic state. Oh, that's very offensive to TommyKay.
And big tech.
Anti-technocracy?
Since 2015, Derek Bros has been helping others, quote, exit the system by creating small anarchist communities called freedom cells.
A freedom cell is a decentralized way of organizing in your community, focused on skill sharing, knowledge sharing, figuring out how they can grow food together, figuring out how they can educate each other better. If the people involved are all parents, then the freedom cell might
Wonder
take
how
a
many of
focus
them
on
have an iPhone?
homeschooling, unschooling. If the freedom cell is people who are very focused on permaculture, then that might be their focus. A lot of groups, like I'd say...
How many people would you estimate are exiting their countries to build a new life in Mexico and also Latin America?
I might even be underestimating, but I've seen through my own networks of helping people through our caravans, driving people down what we call the Underground Railroad, helping people come here.
Underground Railroad. That was a thing in my Kaiserreich New England game. Am I wrong here? Didn't I learn that the Underground Railroads was a way to free slaves in slave America? Yeah. He compares it to slavery, man. The Underground Railroad was a thing in like the 1800s where they saved slaves with a secret railroad.
And then just people through the Freedom Cell Network, it's definitely somewhere 5,000 to 10,000 people, I'd say, that have made Mexico their home in different parts.
The word Underground Railroad obviously has a lot of historical context, and there's a lot of language that I think viewers watching might find inappropriate or a bit disrespectful to the original context of those words. I don't know if you want to speak to that.
When the original conductors in the railroad helped slaves escape, they had to make a decision knowing that it was against the Fugitive Slave Act, that they could go to prison for it. And in that same sense, many of us now feel like it's up to us, those of us who have the ability, to help other people who feel like they're escaping from situations that are not amenable to freedom. So we started putting out the call. It's through the Freedom Cell
nice
Network.
comparison,
People
man.
sign up through there. They
You
get
kind of
an
have to
email
wear a
that
mask,
says,
man.
hey,
These
there's a
people were
caravan
literal
coming up
slaves,
soon.
dude.
If you're interested, you got to fill out this survey. There's a vetting process, and then we just help people who want to come down.
Do you think this is going to continue?
I think this is just the beginning, honestly.
But the pandemic restrictions are loosening.
For those of us who see that this is just the excuse to accelerate the push to what Klaus Schwab, the head of the World Economic Forum, calls the Fourth Industrial Revolution, which is a push towards AI, social credit scores, facial recognition, blockchain being used in some really scary ways. You know, that vision is why, I'm not going to go home even if things chill out.
Some unvaccinated expats have already started their own communes. We found several eco-villages or off-grid communities across Central America, most in early stages of development.
Booster of the booster, like fucking 3 fucking boosters of bullshit.
Yeah, it's like once a year you have to get a flu vaccine. So awkward, right? Weird.
Okay, everyone, I'm very happy to meet you all. My name is Gabriel Villarreal, and I'm gonna give a little introduction about
Gabriel Villarreal. He already sounds like he's gonna fuck your wife, right?
myself and what we are doing today.
Like if you go to vacation and this guy's your hotel guy, man, you get the fuck out. You get your wife out,
And
man.
the vision of our project.
Guillermo Villarreal and his brother Gabriel are ex-reality TV stars. They've
Okay.
been doomsday preppers for years and started a village in the jungle of the Yucatan in southern Mexico. Since the pandemic,
Not your
it's
wife, but
mainly
your wallet.
drawing unvaccinated Canadians and Europeans.
Okay, thank you very much. Welcome, my friends.
What about the pandemic restrictions have made people interested in living in an off-grid eco-village?
Now people realized that they need to come to an off-the-grid community. Now it's a necessity. It's not a luxury. It's not some people got together in the middle of the jungle. No. Now they feel that they need it.
It's kind of sad to see this. I just want to compare this to something. Me and Lisa, we watched a documentary some months ago about there's a community of young people in I don't know, bumfuck somewhere middle America, and they built a village like this. But it wasn't about non-vax and hippie stuff. It was actually just a bunch of young people coming together and trying to live sustainable. That was actually really a cool idea. Like, young people go there for like 1 year and they have to work the field, blah blah blah, and they learn techniques and they learn stuff in that village just to be sustainable, how to eat better, blah 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 blah. It's not like crazy indoctrination with politics. That was a cool idea, man. A young person going there, just doing stuff, chilling out there, man.
Because here we are free. Here we do whatever
But then
we
they
feel
put
like doing.
with agenda like this,
respect
that's
each
obviously
other.
not that cool anymore.
Do you think that the pandemic restrictions have made people more afraid of potential disasters, like either natural disasters or, government-induced disasters, or the fear of them?
The pandemic has just heightened that, like pushed it to a different level, because it's actually, this has been going on for years and years, like for decades. It's basically the manipulation of population through control of fear.
Do you feel like you're a refuge of sorts for anti-vaxxers?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, that's not like our main goal, but definitely people here are very, very welcome.
We accept everyone. 100%. This is a non-vax haven for everyone who wants to join us.
Like, imagine you're so fucking delusional in your brain that just because you're scared of getting vaxxed, which isn't even mandatory in the US or Germany or whatever, that you leave the fucking country, man. Alhamdulillah, the battleground should pop any
to
moment
tour
now.
the community of about 214 lots.
Our main goal
Each
is
lot
money.
starts at $20,000 plus the cost of building a house. About 20% of them have sold.
People
Wait,
have
did
asked
it
me,
drop?
Gabo,
No,
so
sorry.
I like AC. Can I have AC? I said, yes. You can have all the comforts you want. You can have internet, you can have cable TV, you're gonna have a nice kitchen. So it's like living in the city, but in the jungle. Okay, so we're gonna walk to the phase 2, okay? So where the lots are available, okay?
All of the convenience.
It's always white guys coming there, right? You don't see some young Balkan dude. You don't see some young refugee from the Middle East. You don't see any black people. It's only white people that are so... I'm gonna say it. You're gonna hate it, Chad, but it's only white fuckers that have such an easy life that they think, oh, I have to fight the anti-vax and go to Mexico. Oh, my life is so hard, man.
Of modern society
only
without any
white
of its
motherfuckers,
laws
dude.
sounds like a utopia. But when all conspiracies are given equal credence, some dark ideas can appear.
What brings you here today, Joanne?
We have a big bunch of demons that are trying to control our lives. So let's see what's going on, because we might have to head to the hills. I am worried about the graphene oxide in the injections, and I'm worried about the
vaccines. COVID vaccines?
Well, they're not vaccines, so I will not call them that. They're injections. They're injections of graphene oxide. When you add graphene oxide into the body and you're hooking that to the cloud, this is craziness.
It's just hard for me because so much of what you're saying, like, I've never heard of before, and it goes against like a lot of the things that I've been told are true.
You have been lied to for so much, and then you can kind of get into something else, which I accidentally stumbled upon, which was, were there gas chambers in Nazi Germany? And did 6 million people die in Nazi Germany?
Yes.
Well, that's a great answer, but it's probably the wrong answer.
But
Yeah, these people are just lost, man. I'm not even mad at that woman. These people are just lost. They are something is going on in their brains, man. They are just completely fucking lost, man. Lost. Gone. And when she went from vaccine to the Holocaust didn't happen, and I saw that in Germany a lot. The people that are anti-vax or the people that organize anti-vax demonstrations are often also used by right-wing stuff, man. When you look at a German anti-vax demonstration, there's a lot of right-wingers there, like hardcore, Nazi shit, man, that try to infiltrate that scene and be like, oh, you don't believe in the vax? You should also believe in your Lord and Savior Adolf Hitler, man. And like, what the fuck's happening? They really try to undermine that whole thing.
Man, people watching have lost relatives in the Holocaust. They know people died. So what you are saying feels like an attack on them personally.
No, you're putting words in my mouth and words in their mouth.
What does this have to do with
lies?
Off-grid living?
Lies. So maybe people can't see the lie in what's going on with COVID-19, but there are many books and many experts took apart the gas chamber story 101 different ways.
What do the rest of you guys think of this?
There's always going to be difference of opinions between people. This is normal.
Dude, you're accepting her anti-Holocaust speech because she pays you, man. That's what you're doing. And that makes you the real scammer, man. That makes you the real scum of this whole story, man.
Of human trait. So we should not judge people based on what they say or they don't say.
Joanne is
Maybe you should kind of judge people on denying the Holocaust, man. Maybe you should do that. What a bunch of idiots. Fucking hypocrites, man. So we're going into a community where we can be free thinkers and stuff, and you're, in the end, they're the worst fucking people, man. Shit.
welcome here.
Everybody's well, absolutely.
All of these alternative communities are brought together by one thing. They're against the COVID-19 vaccines and mandates. But once you distrust all official narratives, you can end up in an alternate universe where down is up, history is rewritten, and
And if you're
objective
that universe,
reality
you're
no
very
longer exists.
prone to open up for really fucked up
Call it
ideas.
what you want. It's not a conspiracy conference. This is reality. Everybody here should be screaming from the mountaintop everything they believe in because it's reality.
Very, very interesting. And very, very sad. What a bunch of Muppets, man. I always try to be open-minded, man, but sometimes you just feel like, fuck these people, man.